Look at me. I need you to hear what I'm about to say because I know exactly what's sitting heavy on your chest right now. You spent 10, maybe 20 years of your life wearing a name tape on your chest. You woke up every single morning knowing exactly where you needed to be, exactly what your mission was, and exactly who had your back. You had rank, you had respect. You walked it into the room and your uniform did the talking for you. It told everybody in the room that you were a man of discipline, a man of honor, and a man who handled his business. But then came the day you turned in the ID. You drove off that base for the last time. You hung that uniform up, and in the back of the closet, and the next morning you woke up to a quiet house. No first formation, no PT, no mission, just you. Looking in the mirror, asking the question that scares the hell out of most men. Who am I without my uniform? Listen, I want to welcome you back to the Built to Win podcast. We're talking about the identity crisis today that nobody warns you about. We're talking about the silent battles that's taken out more of our brothers than any combat zone ever did. I'm talking to the brothers who feel like a ghost in their own house right now, who feels like he went from being a leader of men to just another civilian sitting in traffic. So today we're going to dig into the pain today, but we are not staying there, because here at the Built to Win Academy, we don't just talk about the struggle, we talk about the strategy. We build brick by brick. So this Friday, we about to get into it. You ready? Let's go. So let's be real. For a minute, the military gave you an identity on a silver platter. Let's just be honest. It handed you a purpose. It told you how to walk, how to talk, how to dress, and how to lead. And you wore it well. Brother, you did what was asked of you. I'm proud of you. But here's the hard truth that hits you when you get out of the military. The military didn't make you a man. It just gave you a framework to operate in. Listen, I talk to brothers all the time who tell me, man, I feel like I lost my personality when I got out. I read a post the other day from a brother who said, I went from being a goofball to a leader, a man with a mission, to now just being lost. I don't answer texts. I don't answer calls. I sit in my house. My memory is shot. My body hurts and aches. I feel like nothing I accomplish even more matters. But after reading that post, I want to ask you, does that sound familiar? You see, there's research out there that put a study saying almost half of post 9/11 veterans say that the transition to civilian life is difficult. Half. Let that sink in. And let me tell you something about just men in general, right? We are even less likely to report when we are struggling mentally. Less likely to report when we are struggling mentally. We hold it in. We carry that weight because we thought that the strength means suffering in silence. But that silence is actually killing us, literally. The statistics show that 60% of veterans, of veteran suicides are men aged 55 and older. That's the retiring age. Men who put their time, got out, looked around, and felt like they had no purpose left. You think you're just tired. You think you're just annoyed with civilians who don't have your level of discipline. But brother, you are grieving. You are mourning the loss of a brotherhood. And quite frankly, you are mourning the loss of a version of yourself that you knew how to be. Like when you take the uniform off, you realize that the world doesn't salute you at the grocery store anymore. Your civilian boss don't care about your rank. And suddenly you feel exposed. You feel naked without your uniform, without the rank, without the awards on your chest. Hey, welcome welcome to the Built to Win Academy. This is Josh, and listen, June 6th, I want to invite every man out there that's ready to go to the next level. We are getting ready to do a free webinar that's helping men win the inner war inside. So I want you to come join me. I want you to follow the link below, get locked in, join, so that you can be ready for this free webinar that we got going to help men win the inner war inside. June 6th. You do not want to miss this. Let's go. But let's transition and talk about the home front, because this is where it gets real heavy. You see, when you come home and your wife is looking at you, waiting for the man she married to show up, because now you have all this time on your hand, but you still feel numb, you feel disconnected. You're sitting on the couch, you're zoning out of just different conversations that you're having with your family and your wife there. And because you're zoning out of the conversations, because they feel pointless compared to life or death situation you used to make. Yeah. And see, your wife she might even tell you you changed. And you may get defensive. You say, oh, of course I changed. Do you know what I've been through? And that's the challenge that we face, right? A lot of people don't know exactly what we go through. But deep down, you know she's right. You feel empty. I heard another story about a brother who was medically retired way too early. He said it hadn't even been 4 months, and his wife asked him to clean out his closet, meaning throw his uniforms away, and he said it broke him. It was just old clothes taking up space, but to him, it was a layer of skin. It was proof that he mattered. You see, we expect civilians, even our families, to understand the weight of what we carry, but they can't. They didn't walk the road that we took. And that frustration turns into anger. It starts into isolating yourself. You stop answering the phone. You tell yourself nobody gets it, so I'm just going to stay in my old lane. But I want to tell you this, brother, isolation is a trap. It is a slow poison that's killing off our brothers in the military. You see, the military taught you that you need your unit to survive. You never went on a patrol alone. You never cleared a room by yourself. But now, in the most confusing, disorienting phase of your life, you are trying to fight a solo mission. Why? Because your ego won't let you admit that you don't know who you are right now. Listen to me closely, brother. This is the turning point. This is where we can shift the mindset, shift the trajectory, the focus of where we are. I want you to know that you are not broken, that you are simply unbuilt. And something that is unbuilt can be built up the right way. You see, you feel like you are starting from zero. You look at civilian dudes and you look at their age, and you look who have been climbing the corporate ladder, building businesses, making money, and you feel like you are 20 years behind. In actuality, you're 20 years ahead. You built a foundation of discipline. And I want you to know that if you think you're behind, that's a lie. That the lie, the enemy of your mind, is feeding you and wants to keep you paralyzed. You are not starting over, brother. You are starting with an unfair advantage. You have discipline. You have discipline that they don't have. You have resilience that they can't comprehend. You know how to operate under pressure. So when you think you don't have the fair advantage, I'm telling you that you do. You know how to lead through chaos and how to embrace the suck. They pay thousands of dollars to go to seminars to learn a fraction of what you already learned in boot camp. So the problem isn't that you lack skills. The problem is that you are trying to apply a military identity to a civilian world. You are trying to use a hammer to turn a screw. And brother, from this day forward, we're going to reset. It is time to reset, not restart, but reset. The uniform was never your identity. What's up, brothers? Welcome to the Built to Win Academy. This is Josh. Listen, I want to know, is there anyone out there that ever thought about resetting their day? Or maybe wanting to reset your week? Well, I want you to not worry anymore, my brother, because I have built a 7-day reset demand ebook, and it's just for you. I want you to lock in. I want you to just go through it. Look at the workouts and everything, the challenges that it gives you each and every day. And it is going to uplift you to be the man that you always wanted to be. All you got to do is follow the link below, and the ebook will be right there for your download. Lock in, my brother, because 2026 is still your year. Let's go. The uniform was just the clothes you wore while you forged your character. The grit, the honor, the discipline, the ability to look adversity in the face and not blink. That didn't stay in the closet with your boots. No, it didn't. That is in your blood. That is in your DNA. So you have to stop mourning. You got to stop mourning the man you were and start taking ownership of the man you are becoming. So you may be asking, how do we do this? How do we build this new identity? How do we do it from a built to win framework, the brick by brick way? Well, here's your first brick. I want you to define your new mission. You don't have a commander giving the orders anymore. You are the commander of your own life now. What is your mission? It is to build a legacy for your last name, for your family, for your kids. It is to be the father you never had. It is to start a business and create financial freedom, breaking generational chains. You need a target. A man without a target will shoot at anything, or worse. We won't shoot at all. I want you to find your mission again. All right? Here's your break number 2. We're going to rebuild your brotherhood. You cannot do this alone. Life is not meant to do it alone. Stop expecting your civilian friends or your wife to be your battle buddies. They play a different role in your life. You need to find men who are on the same frequency as you. Men who understands the transitions. Join a mastermind. Join a winning circle. Join a group of men that can uplift you. Get into a group of men that you can get around, and people that you can call brothers, who will call you out on your excuses and call you up to your potential that you have inside, brother. Here's your break number 3. We also has to heal. Heal the pain to lead the family. I'm talking directly to you right now. If you are carrying trauma, if you are carrying anger, if you are carrying depression, you have to handle that. Healing leads to leadership. You cannot lead your wife, your children, if you are bleeding all over them. We got to heal the wounds. Going to therapy, talking to a counselor, reaching out to the VA. None of this that you're trying to do, that we're going to do, none of that is weakness. This is the first steps of taking ownership of your equipment, and you wouldn't go into combat with a jam rifle, right? You would do all the proper things so that you could be necessary. We're going to stop jamming our mind. We're going to fix the weapon. And brother, I know the silence is loud right now. I know it feels like nobody cares that you serve, but I want you to know that the community cares. You serve your country. You did your job, and now it's time to serve your family. One of the most important things you can do, to serve your legacy and to serve yourself. I want you to take the lessons from the uniform, but leave the identity behind. You are more than a rank. You are a father. You are a husband. You are a leader. You are a man built for greatness, and I don't want you to forget that. Don't let the transition defeat you. Don't let isolation take you out. You survived the military. Now it's time to conquer the civilian life. And just like you did in the military, you can do this again as well. This is my challenge for you. I want you to get up tomorrow, set a routine. Find your mission again, brother. Find your mission again, brother, and start building your life brick by brick. This is a built to win way. And I know that you can do it, brother. And if you feel like after this episode that you want to just dive a little bit deeper, I want you to know right here at Built to Win Academy, we also have space for you too, brother. We get together as men and we encourage each other, we uplift each other, and we allow men to stay committed to the dreams and the mission that they have set out for their legacy as well. So after today, as you start your new routine and you may have came across this video, I would say it's not by coincidence that you did. So let's lock in, brother. Let's take that next step that we need to do in order to get to that next level in which we are being called to do. Because you might have taken off the uniform in the military, but there's another uniform waiting for you to step into in the civilian world. And I'm pretty sure that your family, your kids, your friends, your neighbor is so excited to see this new journey for you to embark on. Thank you for tuning in to the Built to Win podcast. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Stay blessed.